Palm Sunday, a day of celebration, a day of anticipation. It marks the beginning of Holy Week, a time of reflection and reverence for Christians around the world. This day commemorates a pivotal moment in history, a moment filled with hope and profound meaning. Jesus entering Jerusalem, hailed as King. The crowds cheer, their voices echoing with joy and expectation. Riding humbly on a donkey, he fulfills ancient prophecies, a symbol of peace and humility. They lay down their cloaks, a gesture of honor and submission. Each act reflects their hope for a savior, their belief in a promised deliverance. They wave palm branches, symbols of victory and peace. These branches, held high, signify their longing for freedom and their recognition of a leader who brings hope. Little do they know, this procession heralds a different kind of kingdom. A kingdom not built on earthly power or conquest, but one that transforms hearts and minds. A kingdom not of earthly power, but of spiritual liberation. Palm Sunday reminds us of the profound humility and love that define this journey, inviting us to reflect on its eternal significance. Jesus reaches the temple. His eyes scan the sacred grounds, a place meant for worship and connection with God, but what he sees fills him with dismay. The court of the Gentiles, a space intended for prayer and reflection, is overrun with chaos. Merchants shout, money changers haggle, and pilgrims are taken advantage of at every turn. The sanctity of the temple is lost amidst the noise and greed. Animals, meant for sacred sacrifices, are reduced to commodities. Doves, lambs, and other creatures are sold at inflated prices, exploiting the faithful who have come to honor their God. The stench of animals, the clinking of coins, and the shouts of merchants fill the air. It is no longer a place of peace and prayer, but a bustling marketplace driven by greed and corruption. Jesus, filled with righteous anger, cannot stand by. With a forceful motion, he overturns the tables of the money changers, scattering their coins and goods across the ground. His actions are bold and deliberate. He drives out the merchants, their protests drowned out by his unwavering determination. The temple must be restored to its true purpose. His voice echoes through the temple, filled with authority and passion. My house shall be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers. His words cut through the chaos, a call to return to holiness. This anger, however, is different. This is not a tantrum. It's not about personal offense. It's about injustice. It's about the desecration of something sacred. This is righteous anger. It's rooted in love. Love for God, love for his house, love for his people. This anger fuels action, driving out that which hinders true worship. Think about your own life. Pause for a moment and reflect on the journey you've taken so far. What challenges have you faced? What lessons have you learned? What are the tables in your heart? What are the things you hold on to that weigh you down, that keep you from moving forward? What distractions, what idols, what compromises stand between you and God? Is it the endless pursuit of success, the constant noise of daily life, or the fear of failure? Is it the pursuit of wealth, the desire for approval, or perhaps the need to fit into a mold that was never meant for you? The fear of what others might think, the anxiety of not being enough? These fears can paralyze us, keeping us from stepping into the fullness of life that God has planned for us. These are the money changers of our souls, preventing us from experiencing the fullness of God's presence. They clutter our hearts and minds, leaving little room for peace and connection. It's time to clear the temple, to sweep away the distractions, the fears, and the doubts, to make space for something greater. It's time to make space for worship, to open our hearts to the divine and allow his presence to fill every corner of our lives. It's time to prioritize what truly matters, to focus on the eternal rather than the temporary, the spiritual rather than the material. Let us be filled with that same righteous anger, that same passionate love for God that Jesus showed when he cleared the temple, and let us drive out everything that hinders our relationship with him. Let us remove the barriers, the excuses, and the distractions. Let us make our lives a dwelling place for the divine, a place where love, peace, and purpose can thrive, and where God's presence is always welcome.